Okay, welcome to the Ruby house build. So this project is in Colorado Springs, Colorado. We're at the end of a cul-de-sac. So we're right down here. We're at the end of a cul-de-sac, and this is the lot. So it's not a perfect stakeout, but it's within a couple inches. So I've got about 6 feet from the curb to my lot line, and it comes around. And then these are actual stake points. So when you're looking in the ground, you should see survey pins like this. This is the true marker. These are just flags to kind of tell you where these are at because they're on the ground. So all of these, I have 4 of those around the way. I put a silt fence up on the main side in case wind comes from this way and blows trash out of the building area. I might ask my neighbor here, who I'm buying this portion of the land from the same person who has that land. So I might ask them to see if I can't set my silt fence on the other side and use their vacant lot for material storage, but I'll wait to ask that for a little bit to see if I need it or not. I've got a little bit of room. So I've got this lot next door. It goes like another 50 feet, and then that's all HOA. And then this whole area behind the lot is all HOA maintenance. So all the trees are HOA where this lot ends. But I've got about 9 to 11 feet here. This is just a crude stuff because I need to get soils testing done. And so I've got about 21 feet from the house to the front of the lot, and another 6 to the road. And then the house is 65 feet 4 inches deep, and then it's 37 feet 4 inches wide. And so I've got about 11 feet here, and 37 foot 4, and then about another 22 feet on the other side. And then I'm going about 15 feet off of the back, just to kind of push it as far back as we can. And because our backyard kind of is just the HOA space, we have this large playable area here that's all fenced in. It's not technically ours alone, but it's there. And then you see over there's another vacant lot that abuts to the HOA area, and sometimes we'll get people who are walk down through there. So I just close that off with a little fence just to get the hint that we don't want people walking through there. So hopefully this area stays fairly blocked off. And this is an easement on my lot, which is kind of what's governing me pushing the house so far north. I need to check with my surveyor to see if the measurement he gave me is from the corner to the start of the easement and then it go 5 feet, or if it goes from the corner and his measurements to the center of easement and then it goes 30 inches either way. I think it's the latter. So currently I'm planning the house to be right here, just about 6 inches off of the edge of my easement, and then there'll be a 5 foot easement right here. But in case I do need to go there, I do have the room to kick this corner over to there, and I just have a little less room up on my north side. But it makes my southern side a bit bigger, so not a huge deal. And so I'll get that figured out before I submit for plans. But I've marked it out, so now soils test will come. They'll drill 2 holes. They have to drill it within the perimeter of the foundation to make sure they're getting the correct soil. So they'll probably do one back here in the middle and up there in the middle. And that's the game. So I'm logging all of my expenses, all of my receipts, and all of my hours on this project, as well as any other hours I get either hired or volunteered. And so we're going to see the whole story of what it takes to get a piece of an idea into a house and the whole process along the way. So I'm going to document it as meticulously as I can, but at the same time, I do need to do it quickly. So it will lose a little bit of high fidelity on my tracking as far as that goes, because I can't work and videotape at the same time. I might be able to have my kids videotape me a little bit off and on, but we'll see where that all ends up. You'll notice there's a light pole in the middle of my lot. This light pole is, I've already talked to the electrical department for the city to see if we can get it moved. So I'm not sure if we'll move it north to the property line or south to the property line. I'm not sure which way I prefer yet. I might move it south because I like more light in the court, but I might move it north so that way I can create more parking space up here. If I ever have to park anything up here, I don't have to worry about hitting a light pole. So I'm torn as to where I want to move it. The city didn't seem to care. And I think my neighbors would actually prefer it moved to the north, simply because that way we don't get as much light pollution down here, so they can see the sunsets and stuff better. So I'm leaning toward putting it on the north side. But anyways, right now it's in the middle because at one point this was the center of the lots for this lot. This was a dual lot, so this was designed as a double lot, and then they developed it and realized they needed to make it into one bigger lot. So this is the biggest lot here, and that is why I have this stuff right in the middle of the road. So this will all have to get relocated a little bit to the sides. But I got my water stop valve here, and then a couple other things here. Generally speaking, I'm going to try to pull my sewer and watering things through this side, and I'm going to try to keep everything out of this space here if I can help it, because I want to put a tree here. I think it'd be cool to put a tree right here in this front corner. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can't put a tree here, right here somewhere. But as of right now, that's my biggest thing, is I just want to keep my utilities away from where I might put a tree. But besides that, the whole reason the house is shifted is due to that easement back there. But it'll also be good because then we have enough southern side yard and we can plant gardens and stuff on the south side of the house. So anyways, that's the project. Let me just back up, see if you can see the view. So that's the Rocky Mountains behind us. And that big peak you see behind that tree, there we go. Good old Baldy over there, that's Pikes Peak. So for those who know Colorado Springs, this is where it's at. So I'm about 5 or 7 minutes away from UCCS, and close toward the west side of town. So the interstate's just about 5 minutes west of us from here. So anyways, thanks for watching, and yeah, subscribe to be notified. I'll only say that a couple times, so we don't say it every time, because we all know what to do if you like a video.